Viewers, Congress MP Rajmohan Unnithan sparked a row with his remarks at a Palestine solidarity rally in Kerala. The Congress MP explained that those who break all agreements of the Geneva Convention should be punished. He added that Benjamin Netanyahu was a war criminal and should be shot and killed without trial. His words, not mine. He also justified the butchery by Hamas and said that Hamas took up arms to protect people, land and lives. They are not terrorists. If anyone portrays Hamas as terrorists, it is time to strongly react to them. Listen to what he said.
Geneva Convention സകല ഉത്തരവുകളും ലംഘിക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾ അവർ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ രണ്ടാം ലോക മഹായുദ്ധത്തിന് ശേഷം യുദ്ധക്കുറ്റവാളികളായി പിടിക്കുന്നവരെ ന്യൂറൻബർഗ് മോഡൽ വിചാരണ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു വിചാരണയുണ്ട്. യുദ്ധക്കുറ്റവാളി പിടിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ നേരെ അവനെ വെടിവെച്ച് കൊല്ലുകയാണ്, മറ്റൊരു വിചാരണയുമില്ല. അങ്ങനെ ന്യൂറൻബർഗ് മോഡൽ ഒരു വിചാരണ നടത്തേണ്ട സമയമായിരിക്കുന്നു. കാരണം ഒരു യുദ്ധ കുറ്റവാളിയായി ബെഞ്ചമിൻ നെതന്യാഹു ലോകത്തിന് മുമ്പിൽ നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. ജനീവ കൺവെൻഷൻ ലംഘിച്ച നെതന്യാഹുവിനെ വിചാരണ കൂടാതെ വെടിവെച്ചു കൊല്ലേണ്ട സമയം കഴിഞ്ഞു. കാരണം അത്ര കണ്ട് നരഹത്യയാണ് അവിടെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. പാലസ്തീനിലെ ജനങ്ങൾ ഇന്ന് ആയുധമെടുത്തത് സ്വയരക്ഷയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. അവരുടെ ജന്മനാട് വീണ്ടെടുക്കാനായിട്ടാണ്. ലക്ഷക്കണക്കിന് ആളുകളെ കൊല്ലുന്നവർ രാജ്യസ്നേഹികൾ. ആ സ്വന്തം നാട് സംരക്ഷിക്കാൻ ആരെയെങ്കിലും കൊന്നാൽ അവർ തീവ്രവാദികൾ. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ ആ തീവ്രവാദികളോടൊപ്പമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഓരോരുത്തരും. കാരണം ഹമാസ് മനുഷ്യന്റെ ജീവൻ രക്ഷിക്കാനാണ് ആയുധമെടുത്തത്.
This was, if you're still in shock and disbelief, I must underline this is the Congress Lok Sabha MP from Kerala. Now contrast this to what Prime Minister Modi has said by underlining India's stand. He called out the massacre and butchery of Hamas, called it terror in as many words. Also in the same breath, the Prime Minister said that India condemns the deaths of civilians in Gaza Strip.
हम सभी देख रहे हैं कि पश्चिम एशिया क्षेत्र की घटनाओं से नई चुनौतियां उभर रही है. भारत ने 7 अक्टूबर को इजराइल में हुए जघन्य आतंकी हमले की निंदा की है. हमने रिस्ट्रेंट के साथ ही डायलॉग और डिप्लोमेसी पर भी जोर दिया है. इजराइल और हमास के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में सिविलियंस की मौत की हम कठोर निंदा करते हैं. राष्ट्रपति महमूद अब्बास जी से बात कर हमने फिलिस्तीन के लोगों के लिए मानवीय सहायता भी भेजी है. ये समय है जब ग्लोबल साउथ के देश ग्रेटर ग्लोबल गुड के लिए एक स्वर में बात करें.
Let's open this up quickly. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is with us. Lokesh Jindal, political analyst, also with us. Good evening to both of you. Lokesh Jindal, now this Congress MP from Kerala, he begins by invoking the Geneva Convention, and then look what he says. He says Netanyahu should be shot dead without a trial. Then he says Hamas is not a terror organization. Hamas has been forced to pick up arms.
Well, the entire world knows what is happening in the Middle East. In fact, till now, just this recent war has killed about 12,000 Palestinians, which include majority of the civilians, children, women. I agree that the attack by Hamas was condemnable, and it has been condemned by political parties and nations across the world. But however, right now what is happening in Palestine is something devastating,
Jindal,
and the entire world must condemn it.
Point. Why is your member of parliament condoning terrorism by Hamas? Simple question, straight question.
First of all, has India declared Hamas a terrorist organization? Has it been declared outrightly as a terrorist organization? No, it has not
No,
been.
so you're waiting for a declaration. What declaration did you go by when you said that there is saffron terrorism? Did the UN tell you that?
No. You're grossly mistaken. As per the protocol, it is the government agencies which classify a particular organization as a terrorist organization, and henceforth, the dealings of the state.
Let me bring in Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, what has the government done? Asks Mr. Jindal.
You know, Pranesh, I find this argument very hackneyed and regressive, that just because technically Hamas has not been declared a terror outfit, so we try and show solidarity with a terror organization which invoked unprovoked aggression by firing 7,000 plus rockets and killing 1,400 Israelis on the 7th of October. What followed thereafter was reaction to an unprovoked action. But be that as it may, as you very rightly said, can I please finish? Lokesh, did I heckle you even once? Did I heckle you?
No.
Lokesh Jindal, please, let's not talk over each other. Sanju Verma did not interrupt you when you were speaking. Let's just be fair to each other. Please, let her make her point. I'll come back to you, sir.
Thank you. Now I will tell you why it is unprovoked. Let me answer Lokesh's question, and Lokesh, please don't heckle. I was listening to you very quietly and intently. Israel became a state in 1948. Between 1948 and 1967, for 19 years, Israel was under the occupation of Egypt. From 1967 till 2006, for 39 years, it was under Israeli occupation. But from 2006 till 2023, as we speak now, for the last 17 years, Israel has not been occupying Gaza. It is, under the occupation of Hamas, because Hamas came into power after the Gazans elected it in 2006-7. Now, my simple question is that two very prominent leaders of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh and Khaled Mashal, their individual net worth is $500 billion each. But do you know something, Pranesh? While Hamas has an annual defense budget of more than $500 billion, the ordinary Gazan does not have food to eat, water to drink, does not have a roof on his or her head. There are 57 Islamic nations who keep talking about pro-Hamas, who keep encouraging Hamas, but not one of them has offered shelter to the Gazan refugees. And let me tell you that India, like always, has given more than 39 million tons of humanitarian aid, including food, medical aid, and other essentials. But the most important point is this: be it the Arab-Israeli War of 1948, 1951-52, 1967, 1973, 1982, or 2006, every Arab-Israeli war, the aggression and the oppression was always from the other side, not from the side of Israelis. And when you talk of the Geneva Convention, please read the Geneva Convention of 1949 and the NATO Convention of 1949 also. It clearly says that if under the Vienna Convention of 1969, you target women and babies, then you refuse to get protection under the Geneva Convention. On the 7th of October, when babies were butchered, when women were raped, when disabled 70, 80 and 90-year-olds were decapitated, Hamas automatically lost any credibility or access that it had to get under the Geneva Convention. तो जब आपने वियना कन्वेंशन की धज्जियां उड़ाई, तो आप किस हक से जिनीवा कन्वेंशन के अंडर प्रोटेक्शन मांग रहे हो? That is point number one. Point number two, people say, oh, only 2,000 Israelis have been killed, but 10,000 Gazans have been killed. When a war happens, a sense of proportion is always missing. But what we should not miss out on is the fact that the likes of Shashi Tharoor, when he called Hamas a terror outfit at a rally on the 27th of October, barely a few days back, the likes of K.C. Venugopal,
right,
everybody, every Tom, Dick and Harry from the Congress actually started trolling Shashi Tharoor. अरे भाई साहब, आपने हमास को terror outfit कैसे बुला दिया? And Shashi Tharoor actually then had to offer an apology, saying, I didn't mean to call Hamas a terror outfit. वो गलती से निकल गया. So कांग्रेस का हाथ हमेशा आतंक और आतंकियों के साथ रहा है. The biggest example is when the Batla House encounter of 2008 happened.
Now, Lokesh Jindal, now that's a serious charge. It's a serious charge, and this is not the first time that you will have to answer that question. Is vote bank compulsion the only reason behind these statements?
Pranesh, after this monologue, let me give you certain facts. You know what is the situation in Gaza? Because of Israeli occupation, the Gazans, they get only 6 to 7 hours of electricity in a day. There is no water. They don't have enough food. The Gazan population, it cannot resort to any economic activity. They do not have adequate hospitals. In fact, the Gazan citizens, they do not live a normal human life. That was one of the major reasons why Hamas came to power in 2006 and it formed government in that Gaza region. The point is, Israel, since a long time, it has been occupying East Jerusalem. It has been occupying the West Bank, the Gaza. The troops, they keep interceding. They can check in at any home. They can search any premises. They can arrest any individual, lock them up. They can intervene. There is no privacy of any individual in these cities. And over here, what Sanjuji is doing, is she justifying this inhuman form of regime that is existing in that
No, but
region?
Lokesh, I mean, should I play out what the Prime Minister said?
No,
Lokesh,
don't interject me now.
No, I'm not. I'm only telling you. There's a difference. And the difference is that while you can, express solidarity with Palestine, which we have done, we've not just sent aid. The Prime Minister categorically said that the deaths of civilians is unfortunate. It is condemnable. He condemned it. But for someone who's a member of parliament to condone terrorism by Hamas, and he's speaking, like I said, at the cost of repeating myself, he begins by talking about the Geneva Convention. फिर उसके बाद बोल रहे हैं नेतन्याहू को गोली मार दो. What is going on?
Pranesh, can I please come in?
Pranesh, wait. Let me complete what I was saying. Right now, how should we stop this war? The question that everybody is facing is how to stop these killings. There are small children and women who are being the target.
So by justifying Hamas terror, will the war stop?
No, the war will only stop if Israel stops this madness.
I need to answer
Israel today is having a superior military. No, listen to me. Israel today has superior arms and ammunition, military. It has automated weapons with itself.
We heard
and the targets are innocent Palestinians.
Okay, the last word, Sanju Verma, you have the last word. I'll have to wrap up.
You had your say. Lokesh, you had your say, and I did not heckle you. We are having a nice debate. I just have this to say. There was the famous Camp David Agreement of 1967. Who refused to comply with the 1967? It was Hamas. There was the Oslo Agreement of 1993 and the Oslo Agreement of 1995. Who refused to comply with both the Oslo agreements? It was Hamas. And let me tell you one more thing. That be it biotechnology parks, be it food processing parks, be it access to basic health, sanitation, water, everything to Gaza was provided by the Israelis.
You are lying. This is a blatant lie,
Sanju. Today, what has Hamas done for Gazans? What has Hamas done for Gazans? Let me now, Lokesh, finish. I did not interrupt you. I will showkase the Congress.
No, I will interrupt you because you are lying.
Pranesh,
you are lying over
when
here.
the Kashmir genocide happened, what did Shashi Tharoor say? What did Rahul Gandhi say?
No, why are you bringing Kashmir genocide here?
Kashmir genocide to hua hi nahi. You could not acknowledge.
You are given a monologue, so you can utter whatever you want.
Okay. Unfortunately, we run out of time. Sorry, I'm sorry, Sanju Verma. Sorry, Lokesh Jindal. That's all the time that we had. Thank both of you for joining us. Let's just see what action is taken, if any, against this Congress member of Parliament who's condoned Hamas terror in the name of extending solidarity with Palestine. But before we take a break, let's leave you with